chaos. Good evening, everyone. I'm glad you all can make it. Unfortunately, Monica couldn't because she can't find a babysitter. When she found out about this event, she texted her favorite babysitter, and she was unavailable. She texted another babysitter, but he has football practice tonight, and another babysitter, but she has to study. So she kept texting basically everyone she knows, and there was either no response or they couldn't make it tonight. This problem is very common among parents. Even on my way to UCLA tonight, at least 4 or 5 parents texted me asking if I could babysit tonight. So there are really 2 main issues. The first problem is that the online babysitters, they don't feel secure and they don't feel safe to parents, since the parents don't know them. The second issue is that friends who you call to babysit or you text to babysit, well, they take too much time to answer, and they can't always make it. But the online websites feel they have speed and they have scale, and friends, well, they're important because you actually trust them. Sitteroo combines both of these features. Sitteroo, a website and an app that connects babysitters and parents within the same community. We're targeting 2 types of users. We're looking for parents who have children of babysitting age and babysitters who are either high school age or a little older. So we're not inventing babysitting, and we're definitely not the first in the industry, but after thoroughly researching our competitors, we noticed some scary differences. So all of these websites are not based on personal networks, and that's frankly why most parents don't use these websites, since they just don't know the babysitters on them. And if you want a secure, safe, trusted babysitter, calling your friends just takes too long, and they can't always make it. But with Sitteroo, you don't need to sacrifice speed or security. So how are we really different? Well, we also allow sitters to be a little younger than 18, and we're based on personal networks. While we still have on-demand services, background checks are a must, and we're not exclusively community-based. But why is our team unique? Well, in a network effect-heavy industry, the name of the game is users. No matter who gets the head start, we need the companies that actually have the fastest, cheapest, most efficient, and most scalable user acquisition will win. We may only be high schoolers, but we have the best credibility, access, and understanding of our target market and distribution channels. We've already acquired hundreds of users through summer day camps, local daycares, and schools in our area. So let's look at the app. So this is the home screen, and this allows parents to connect to babysitters and babysitters to apply to become a Sitteroo sitter. This next screen is an example of a Sitteroo group. A group on the app is a list of either babysitters or parents who are all affiliated with a community organization. So these babysitters, they're local Boy Scout and Girl Scout leaders. So if you continue to click through Casey's profile, you'll find a personal video, a description about her past experience, and a few fun facts about Casey. This next screen is something a parent might see once they request a babysitter. So requesting a babysitter on a Sitteroo is as simple as tapping a button, which instantly sends a message to their safe and secure network of babysitters. So Hannah accepted your request, which means you can message her to confirm some details, and after she's done babysitting, you can even leave her a tip. But how will we actually protect our market share? Well, it starts with agility. We need to collect information and adapt to it as fast as possible. And this is exactly why, from the beginning, we're implementing professional scale analytics and A/B testing. The next way we're spreading the word is through social channels, which is basically through referrals from friends. It's really also how Uber grew. And our next step is partnering with ambassadors, which we've already done. These are leaders in different community organizations like religious centers, schools, daycares, and we're partnering with them to spread the word about Sitteroo to their communities. And all of these steps will establish the network effect, which simply means that the more users Sitteroo has, the more value Sitteroo has to each and every user. So you might be thinking, what happens if another company comes along to copy Sitteroo. Well, at that point, there will be switching costs, which basically means that the parents and babysitters on Sitteroo will not want to leave for a variety of reasons. So that can be gamification, which means parents and babysitters have accumulated points and ratings and reviews, and they won't want to get on another platform and start from scratch with no credibility. Nobody wants to hire a babysitter who's never babysat anyone else on the platform. There's also the social component. If a parent has all their babysitters on Sitteroo and all of the parents' friends are on Sitteroo, they don't want to leave that community. So our marketing plan is to initially start with a hub in the Los Angeles area. We're trying to reach out to people around us. And so we're doing this, we're acquiring parents and babysitters through distribution channels like religious centers, day camps, and schools. And we also have some influencers to help us on the way. So these are leaders in our communities who are spreading the word about Sitteroo with their credibility through emails, Facebook posts, and personal introductions. And we're also doing some marketing ourselves. So we're posting ads on Facebook and Instagram and in targeted Facebook groups like LA Mommies. We just posted an ad and it has about 34,000 parents and babysitters in our area. And we're also doing some face-to-face communication. So this was actually on Monday. I stood in line at a day camp's carpool line and basically just walked to each individual car, giving them an iPad and having them sign up for Sitteroo. So how much is it really going to cost, though, to keep acquiring these users? Well, so last week, I spent about 7 hours just texting a ton of people, and we got about 100 signups. So that was 15 signups an hour. Well, on Monday, when I went to that day camp, I got 50 signups in 2 hours, which shows clearly the face-to-face technique works much better. So what we're going to do is we're going to pay people $20 an hour, and we'll call them community ambassadors. And they're basically leaders in their own communities who can do very similar tactics to sign up users. So that means we'll be spending about 80 cents per sign up. And so let's talk about the babysitters. Well, they're making about $13 an hour, and let's say they're working for about 12 hours a month, that's the average. So they're bringing in about $156 in revenue every month. And we're taking 10% commission off of each transaction, which means that off of each babysitter, we're making $15.60 per month. Well, we can't just target the entire US at once. So we're starting with 5 initial target neighborhoods. But how many kids are really in these 5 neighborhoods? Well, we did some research, so we looked at daycares, preschools, elementary schools, and there are about 44,000 kids in just these 5 neighborhoods. And according to the Red Cross, only 55% of these kids really need a babysitter. So we're really looking at 24,000 kids in these neighborhoods. So with that number, 24,000 kids in Beverly Hills, the Pico Robertson area, Beverlywood, Culver City, and Hancock Park, well, we're making about $187 per user per year. So if we have about 20% of the market within these just 5 neighborhoods, we'll be bringing in about $898,000 per year. But let's look at LA. We're not stopping in these 5 neighborhoods. Well, LA has about 503,000 households, but I mean, not all of these people need babysitters. About 277,000 of them actually need babysitters. So if we apply the same exact calculations, then we're looking about at 20% of the market, we'd get about 10.3 million a year. Looking at the entire US for a second, well, there are 15 million families in the US who really need babysitters. And if we're applying the same exact calculations, if we just get 1% of the market, we'll be bringing in 28 million a year. So we think it's a pretty cool idea. We've gotten hundreds of signups. Well, we're not the only ones. So I don't know if some of you guys know who Michael Milken is. He's a multi-billionaire in the area who's invested in over 3,000 companies. And we spoke to him about Sitteroo, and he told us the stakes are high. I mean, his child is his most valuable asset. The references, and he's referring to references through friends, the references are the most important. There is a market for this. We also spoke to Ryan Neese. He won the Super Bowl, and now he's a Silicon Valley venture capitalist. And we spoke to him about Sitteroo, and he told us How does Sitteroo not already exist? Sitteroo is a great idea. Sitteroo. We're solving a real problem. With a very large market and the right team. So if you want to learn more and find us online, you can go to sitteroo.com and you can email us at contact@sitteroo.com. Sitteroo, babysitting made safe and simple.